Beliefs are fallen. Fall is here. I haven't been paying attention to time or space. Just living in the felt presence of experience. It's a different shift. I was here long ago when I was young. How many different ways can you say the same thing? How many different ways can you understand it? And what does that say about you? That you change just as everything else does. We hang on to the limitations because they define us, they empower, enrich a sense of self in relation. It's a beautiful thing, a beautiful process. We grow up and then we decay, we fall and decay. Others grow up and then they fall and decay. Just as these ideas, beliefs, we learn what real value is in the changing beliefs. The transference of consciousness is transformation. We can delegate or negate. Or we can release into the purity of our own expression, which is change, essentially. How do you get into the purity? How do you get into the felt presence of experience? Look at Coda there. He's just playing with a rock. He's a stone hound. Simple things. My dad used to say, simple things for simple minds. I thought that was a negative. He said it in reference to religious people. But it's deeper than just my awareness or the context of how it was stated. It is life itself. When the complexity of this self becomes unidentifiable, you have to be in relation to nature, which is pure. And if your nature, your relation to that nature is human expression, then it's the purity of change and all the shadow and light which this life casts down through us, falling into forms, to be more or less than we could. To understand this sense of self is we, because there is all of us going through the same types of things. And I'm different than who I was yesterday. It's a meandering path, loose translations. Nothing's meaningless. It's just not always identifiable in real time. And so that's what this growing up and falling down does for us. It's not the result, it's the process. And then you learn to make that process your result, and you find pure relation. You find it within, you find it without. And if your relation without seems superficial, trivial, that's all right. It's just your process. Eventually, you'll find the language to understand choices. And the right question comes to you. So the language of life is speaking. Change is always happening. Things are always happening. The gravity of your relation helps you to find pure form. And when you can find that, you find grace in all things, even mosquitoes. All right, well, thanks for watching, listening, and being.